structure of human heart. Okay. Can you tell me the coverings of the heart? Yes. Okay, what is the origin of human heart? What is the location of human heart? What are the layers which is present in the human heart? And you can see here the left ventricle, the myocardium which is present in the left ventricle is thicker, isn't it? Compared to here and to the atrium. Why? What is the reason for that? So to answer all these questions, we are going to watch this session. Okay? So the structure of human heart. So the heart is a pumping mechanism which supplies the oxygenated blood to the entire part of our body. Okay? And gets the deoxygenated blood from the body and supplying it again to the lungs. Okay? So that is the main function of our heart. Yes? Okay. So you can see what is the size of the heart. It is just a closed fist. Okay? Closed fist is the size of a heart. And I have asked you about the location, isn't it? So you can see here in this picture, the heart has been placed in between the two lungs in the region known as mediastinum. Okay? Yeah. So that is about the location of heart. Okay, and I have told you the size, isn't it? It is clenched fist size. And the origin is mesodermal in origin. So what do you mean by this mesodermal in origin? Yes, any idea, students? There are three germinal layers. Okay, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. So during the gastrulation phase, okay, these three regions will be present: endo, ecto, and meso. And from the mesodermal region, the heart will arise. So that's why this is known as the origin is what? Mesodermal in origin. Okay, I'll tell you, I'll explain it to you. Okay, so here this is actually blastocyst. Okay, blastocyst, and here you can see the trophoblast. Okay, trophoblast cells, and this is ICM, inner cell mass. Okay, this is actually blastula stage. And this inner cell mass, ICM, isn't it? It is going to, during the gastrulation phase, invagination will occur, and you can see these three layers: endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. And from the mesoderm, the heart will originate. Okay, so that is the origin of heart. Is it clear, students? Okay, then so you can see the heart here, and this is actually the coronary artery. So the coronary artery is the one which supplies blood and the nutrition, okay, nutrition, oxygen to the heart. Okay, coronary artery, that you have to remember. Okay, then so this is a section of heart. So here you can see the chambers. So how many chambers are there? Yes, one, two, three, and four chambers are present. Okay, so what are the four chambers? Left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, and right ventricle. Okay, is it clear? Yeah. So you can see that here, students, I have told you this is right atrium, this is left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. And I have asked one question. Why the left ventricle, the muscles in the left ventricle is thicker compared to the muscles in the right ventricle and even in the atrium? It is very thin, isn't it? Yes. Any guesses? What will be the reason for that? Yes. The blood from the atrium is just going to come here, and similarly here to here. Okay, and from here it is just going to the lungs, but from this part our aorta will arise. Okay, aorta. This aorta will supply the blood to the entire part of our body. That's why the muscles which is present in the left ventricle is comparatively thicker. Okay, is it clear, students? Yeah. Okay, so you can see here I have told you about the coronary artery. Can you see the coronary artery and the coronary veins? Yes, so this is the aorta. Okay, aorta, and you can see the branches of aorta. So this branches of aorta is again supplying the blood. Here you can see left common carotid, and here you can see left subclavian artery. This will supply to the head and this will supply to the arms. And this brachiocephalic trunk will again divide into two. Okay, right common carotid artery and right subclavian artery. Okay, so this aorta will supply the blood to the entire part of the body. And you can see the vena cava here. This vena cava will carry the deoxygenated blood from all the parts of the body to the right atrium. Okay, yeah. So you can see here, students, vena cava. So if it is present below the heart, it is inferior vena cava. Above the heart, it is superior vena cava, so that it will deliver the deoxygenated blood in the right atrium. Okay, is it clear? So left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. So I will just tell you the circulation. Okay, so see here. So here lungs. Okay, so from the atmosphere, the oxygen will get into the lungs. Okay, and from here, the oxygenated blood will come to the, okay, the oxygenated blood will come here. This part is left atrium. Okay, and here we have a septum. The septum which is between the right atrium and the left atrium is known as interauricular septum. Okay, inter means between, auricular septum is a wall. Okay, and here we have right atrium. Okay, and here you can see the septum between ventricles. Okay, so that's why this is known as what? Left ventricular septum. Okay, and the septum between the atrium and ventricle, so this is known as atrioventricular septum. Is it clear, students? Okay, now we will come back to the circulation. So this is nothing but the pulmonary vein. Okay, so pulmonary vein is the only vein which will carry the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. Then from here, the blood will come to this place. And here we have a valve. Okay, this valve is known as bicuspid valve. What is the name of this wall? Bicuspid, also known as mitral wall. Okay, bicuspid, also known as what? Mitral wall. So from here, the blood, the oxygenated blood is coming to the left atrium, then through the bicuspid wall coming to the left ventricle, and from here aorta starts. Okay, aorta, and in this place we have one more wall, that is, so this is aortic semilunar wall. Okay, aortic semilunar wall. So this aorta is going to supply the blood to the entire body. Okay, so this is actually the aorta. Okay, this aorta is supplying the blood to our body cells, and the cells receives the oxygen with the help of this aorta and the arteries. Okay, then this will release carbon dioxide. Okay, so this carbon dioxide will be taken up by the vena cava. Okay, I have told you above the heart it is superior vena cava, below the heart it is inferior vena cava. So this vena cava will carry the deoxygenated blood. Okay, what is this? Vena cava. Okay, I am not mentioning inferior or superior. Okay, here it is both. Okay, so vena cava supplies the blood to the right atrium, and here we have one more wall. This is tricuspid wall. Okay, tricuspid wall. So from here the blood, the deoxygenated blood come to this place, that is right ventricle. Okay, so from here, from the right ventricle, okay, the deoxygenated blood will again go to the lungs. Okay, I am just giving you the circulation, how the circulation will be. So in this place, again another wall, semilunar wall, that is known as pulmonic semilunar wall. So what is the name of the wall? Pulmonic semilunar wall. Okay, so this pulmonic semilunar wall, and what is this? Pulmonary artery. Okay, this is pulmonary artery. So I hope now you will get a clear idea on the circulation also, isn't it? So I'll repeat it again for you. So from the atmosphere, oxygen enters to the lungs. Okay, so from the lungs, the pulmonary vein carries the oxygenated blood to the left atrium. Okay, and here we have one wall. What is the name of that wall? That is bicuspid wall. And from here the blood comes to left ventricle. From the left ventricle, again I have told you one more aorta, and at the here in the aorta you can see a aortic semilunar wall. This aorta will supply blood to the entire part of the body. Okay, and the body will receive the oxygen. Instead, the byproduct is carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide will be carried by the vena cava, okay, to the right atrium. From the right atrium, the deoxygenated blood will come to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, with the help of the pulmonary artery, it is again going to the lungs. Okay, from the lungs, again the carbon dioxide through exhalation goes to the atmosphere. Okay, yes. So I hope you get a clear idea.